When your broilers have slow growing, it means something is holding them back, and this could be poor feed, weak digestion, health stress, or poor management. And to make them to gain weight faster, you must correct these problems and then push growth with energy and protein-rich strategies. All this and more I will explain in this video on how you can make your slow-growing broilers to have more weight faster. The first step to make slow-growing broilers to gain weight faster is to check the health status of the birds first. And number one, once you notice that your birds, your broilers are over 2 weeks old, sometimes worm could be a factor. So what you just need to do is to deworm them, most especially if the poultry house have been used for a long time for matured broilers before now. We also advise you to treat for coccidiosis, most especially if the birds look dull and you notice bloody droppings or ruffled feathers. And you should try as much as possible to vaccinate when due, especially against Newcastle disease, where you now give NDV, and Gumboro disease, where you give Gumboro vaccine. Once your birds are sick or they are stressed, they will not be able to convert their feed properly. The second point is to improve feed quality. When I say improve feed quality, it means that you should switch to nutrient-dense feed that has balanced protein and energy. So if you suspect weak feed, add fish meal or soya bean meal or groundnut cake, and these are extra protein and they are needed for muscle development. You can also add palm oil, animal fat, or maize, because what this does is that they give extra energy for weight gain. Then you can also add amino acids such as lysine or methionine if possible. Then number 3 is to boost digestion and the feed conversion. For you to boost the digestion and the feed conversion, you have to use fermented feed. In order for you to get your fermented feed, or if you want to know more about the fermented feed, I have made a video concerning fermented feed. I will drop the link in the description box and also by the end of this video. So what you just need to do is to soak for 24 hours, and you can use yeast or prebiotics. This makes the nutrients more digestible. Like I said, you can check it out in the end screen where I will drop the video. Then you can also add enzymes if they are available. If you don't have enzymes to add to it to speed up digestion for the birds, you can add apple cider vinegar. And this apple cider vinegar is a very good recipe to add to your broiler's diet because it helps to improve the gut health. Then number 4 is for you to use natural growth promoters. You see, when you use natural growth promoters for your birds from day one, it's going to speed up the rate of digestion on how they feed and their feed consumption. An example of natural growth promoters that you can use that are less expensive and readily available is ginger or garlic. You can also use aloe vera in a very small amount in water because it helps to improve digestion and reduce the gut stress. Then this garlic and ginger, it improves the appetite, proper digestion, and immunity, and it boosts their immunity. Then another thing that you can also add to the feed or water is molasses or honey. All you just need is just 2 ml per liter of water for quick energy. The 5th one is management adjustment. Now, when I talk about management adjustment, this have to do with the management, the owner of the farm, and the farm workers. How you manage it. The light, you have to give at least 20 hours of light per day so that they can eat more often. Then when we talk about the temperature, you have to keep them warm between 22 to 28 degrees Celsius because cold birds will waste feed trying to stay warm. So instead of them to use the feed to add muscles or flesh or weight, they will not use it to control the temperature of their body. Then another aspect that most broiler farmers also ignore is spacing. Some farmers will cover the pen such that there will be no proper ventilation, or the ventilation is one-sided. When it comes to broiler, you have to have what we call cross ventilation, and you should give 1 square feet per birds minimum. And another management practice that you need to put into consideration is clean water and fresh water. This should always be made available. But before I give you this 6 point, please, I want you to encourage me to give more videos like this by just subscribing if you haven't, and turn on the bell notification so that whenever I upload video, you will be the first to watch it. If you have any questions, you can drop it in the comment section and I will respond to it. And also do me a favor by sharing so that other farmers can benefit as well. The 6th point is finisher diet, which is weight booster. And normally I always advise people, give your finisher 2 weeks before sales, because this will help them. But before you give them 2 weeks before sale, what I do on my farm is that my target is 6 weeks. I will give them starter diet for 2 weeks. Then the 3rd week I will have a mixture of 50% starter and 50% finisher for them for the 3rd week. Then by the time they enter the 4th week, I will now switch totally to finisher diet for the next 2 weeks, and that will carry them to market level, and the beds will be big and heavy. You by this stage now, because this finisher diet, it has more of high energy feed materials for them. So but if you want to boost them extra, all you just need to do is to add about 3% fat or oil. And this fat and oil, I'm referring to palm oil or groundnut oil or animal fat in the feed. This will now increase the energy level for the birds. Then you should keep the feed always available for the birds so that they can eat, and give water like I said earlier now. Then you can also give electrolyte in cases of stress, especially when there is heat stress. You can give electrolytes. Then let me just give you a tip here on how you can practically achieve these slow growing broilers, how you can make them to grow faster if in a serious case scenario of where you have stunted growth. If you have birds that are stunted growth, the best thing that you can give to them is to give them fermented feed. If you give them fermented feed, it's just like the feed has already been broken down before you give it to them. So once you give it to these birds, they will just take it and ingest it, and once they ingest it, the nutrients will be easily absorbed and they will use it for the body growth. Then you can also add palm oil, just as I have said earlier, around 2 to 3% in the finisher feed. And another thing that you can do is to provide molasses or honey in water 2 to 3 times every week. This will help them a lot. And make sure to give them light, and the light should be warmed, and they should have enough space for them. If you can do this, even the weak grower will catch up, and they will be able to reach 2 kg in less than 35 days, or they will be between 2.5 to 2.8 kg in less than 42 days. I believe you've gotten tangible information from this video, so please help me to grow my channel by clicking the subscribe button, turn on the bell icon so that you get notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't hesitate to give me a thumbs up and drop your questions in the comment section. Please give this video a like and share for others to benefit. Thanks.